I apologize in advance if you are a viewer and this video does not pertain to you. You might not want to watch this. This could be extremely boring for you, but this video is primarily for the creators, video makers, athletes, and friends that I've come to know and who watch my videos. I'm constantly being asked by people if I should join this network or work for this YouTube channel, create videos for this site, do a stunt for this brand's channel, and so on. So I apologize in advance for the rambling. I'm reading notes because I didn't want to leave something out. So this may or may not be applicable to you depending on your social media reach, your abilities, if you're an athlete or what. But here we go. So for those of you who don't know me, I've been around the YouTube world since 2007. I've worked with YouTube, Google, many ad agencies, studios, brands, so on. From the programming side of sites, apps, creative development, marketing strategies, and analytics. The last few years, MCNs have gotten a bad rap, and rightfully so. Initially, their business models of exploiting certain creators and for their own gains wasn't widely known, but nowadays people cringe when they are asked to join a network because they all know the horror stories from other creators from over the years. But some of the companies aren't even calling themselves multi-channel networks now, so they try to mislead people through different names and sales tactics and whatnot. So I'm going to try to break a few of these things down for you if you're a creator, so that if you're in this situation in the future, please feel free to hit me up on Twitter, have a conversation below in the comments, or chat with me in person if any of you guys are going to SHOT Show next week or DZO in March. So when you start creating videos and generate income with it, you have a business. It might seem like a hobby, but it's a business. So treat business relationships as such. When a person approaches you with an offer, you can respect that person as an individual or the company, but don't let that distract you from the business decision being put on the table. I found that there's 5 selling points that these people will try to push on you and try to get you the reasons to join and whatnot. So here's the pros and cons to each and a potential solution to all of them that might help you along the way. Number 1, CPMs. This is the biggest draw for most creators and the one that a lot of people will justify making the wrong decision for. Are you not happy with your crappy AdSense CPMs? Come join us. We have a dedicated sales team that can boost our creators' CPMs from $10 to $20. The problem with this is that they're not technically lying, but they're not necessarily telling the truth either. They do get those CPMs, but most of the time it's only for a few select top tier channels in their network or their website, and most of the time they have to work out a revenue share split with YouTube and AdWords, so they're still having to do a rev share split in several different ways. And when they do blanket media buys across all these channels, it kind of spreads things thin. So what's worse, if you do a revenue share split with them, you can actually be making less money than if you just stayed with your own AdSense account and focused on tagging your videos right. There's some sites out there that'll sell their own ads, but you can't beat YouTube and AdWords at their own game right now. If I wanted to sell FullMag as a brand, I'm not going to pay $20 to a website when I can target the same demographic on AdWords with better analytics and for 1/10 of that price, if not less. Fear. Number 2 is fear. Fear is easily the next closest reason they will pitch you to join them. Join us and you won't have to worry about your videos or something when it goes wrong. What are you going to do when the sub boxes break and YouTube pulls your videos down? If you work with us, you'll have a direct line to YouTube and we can make things amazing right away. All right, well, I can tell you this. YouTube is a massive company, and yes, things have gone wrong, but they are way better than what they were 5 years ago. Don't let someone frighten you into an ad deal or something like that, because you might not be able to monetize in the future for explosive videos or because of the liability of base jumping videos. I heard an MCN recently tell someone that they couldn't monetize game footage unless they signed with that particular network. I mean, people are lazy today. Do a little bit of research, reach out to a few people who are creating similar content and find out whether or not they like the company that they're working with or not. If you hear only good things, reach out till you hear some bad things. If you hear only bad things, try to find some good. Try to make an educated assessment as to why or why not a network or website or whatever it is, an app might work for you. Because here's the thing, what works for somebody might not work for you, and vice versa. So keep that in mind. So number 3, collaborations. This is another big one, and I'll try to keep this short. If you join us, you can work with so-and-so. All right, well, let me tell you, this is just stupid. I've heard people signing into contracts with companies expecting to work with top people in that company only to find out that it's not going to happen. Big creators are usually really busy. Want to work with them? Make an awesome video and then reach out to them on Twitter or something and tell them why you want to do a project with them. If you bring something to the table, they'll probably want to work with you. If it's just a mooch for subscribers, it's probably not going to happen. If anyone wants to do a video with me, reach out. I've done so many collaborations with people, it's stupid. I should probably focus on my channel a little bit more, but I like having fun. So even if it's not worth what some people would say a financial gain or something like that, I like to have a good time. I mean, if you have something that's legit interesting or would be a fun concept, I mean, I lose money on the bulk majority of my videos. I make videos because I enjoy it. So if you bring something to the table, reach out to those people. You know, I mean, the worst that they could say is like, sorry, man, I'm busy. I mean, so there's that. Number 4 is production support. This is another big one. Honestly, most big companies don't give you the time of day, even though that they say that they will, unless you're a bigger channel. And even then, a lot of times they'll back charge you for production support out of ad sales or a lot of time. You're better off working with the resources you have and coming up with something clever within your budget. What would Punisher have made if he had all the money in the world and all the production support from a studio years ago? I guarantee you nothing as cool as Cardboard Warfare as his first YouTube short. Now, work with what you have and spice things up when you get a brand deal, and work with another channel and let their assets shine in the collaboration. Example, when I worked with 22 Plinkster, he did trick shots and I did slow-mo. It was a win-win for both of us. So if any of you channels out there have some cool ideas and need some slow-mo, hit me up. So number 5, promotion. We'll promote your channel. We have millions of views and can drive our audience to you. That's just BS. I did videos with Jenna Marbles when she had a few 100,000 subscribers. Did that make her famous? No. I did a video with Dan Bilzerian when he had 20,000 Instagram followers. Did that make him famous? No. The key to success is good content. If promotion from a company you're signing a contract with is the key to your success, then you're screwed. If YouTube is strictly a business and not a creative outlet for you first, you should probably focus on another business because it takes time, debt, and a lot of luck to be successful on the platform. All right, so now those are the 5 key selling points they'll pitch you, and now here's what they will ask for. Licensing rights to your videos. Now, I think unless someone is giving you money up front or stock in their company, you should never license a library of videos to a YouTube channel, website, or app. Why would you give someone all the hard work that you put into creating something only to have them get the reward and grow their channel, company, or website if you don't own part of it or were paid up front to do so? Now, I can tell you guys right now, if any of you want to license me your libraries, I will do a revenue share split with you right now. I will promote you, and everyone else who joins, I'll sit back and profit while I take views from your channels or a destination you should be growing on your own. Yeah, you might get a little bit of money up front initially because I have a large audience. You might gain a few extra subscribers along the way and everything because I drive them to them and everything. But in the long run, my brand will grow bigger because of you, and it will cost you your channel and your own personal growth. So essentially, you grow equity in my company instead of growing it in your own. So another thing they'll ask for, exclusivity and sales. Now this is just stupid. Full disclosure, I'm with an MCN and I don't have an exclusivity and sales clause. You should never give someone the end-all control of brands who want to work with you. They can force brands into larger media buys and give you only a small portion of the sales. You should set a rate card and stick to it. Don't compete between sales teams. That'd be a jerk move and would only screw you and everyone in the long run. So that's why I say set a rate card and stick to it. I have hundreds of relationships with brands and ad agencies. My crew have families, and we all have overhead. If your sales team doesn't keep revenue coming in, you should be able to go out and sell your own deals. So there's that. Also, networks, websites, or apps that don't just sell ads, but they're also content creators. That is a problem. Nobody in a company in their right mind would say that they're going to give preferential treatment to themselves, but it happens. I work with ad agencies, I consult for brands, and I know what they pay. I also have a great relationship with many YouTubers, and I know what they end up getting. Why would a company do a revenue share split with a channel when they can get 100% without splitting it for themselves or for the company? Also, a lot of you might not know this, but if you're a big enough channel, you should have in your contract the ability to audit campaigns that they sell you as a part of, or either the ads or branded integrations. So here's what I'm talking about, and here's how it works. They'll pitch a deal for tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, include you as a tent pole or a primary focus point of the campaign, their company and other channels and all that other stuff inside of it. What they'll do is they'll break that money up into a little bit on ads, a little bit on product placement, and a lot more on sales fees and company-owned channels. The brand and the creator might not ever know how much money that middleman is taking. So essentially, they're shifting all of this money. They tell the brand, here, we're gonna give you all of this exposure. Here's all the stuff that we're gonna do and everything. And they're like, okay, great. Here's all of our money. Here's hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then the middleman can go, hey, sorry, the brand doesn't want to pay really a lot of money, so we're still going to do it in hopes that maybe we'll get some bigger buys down the road. So we're only going to give you like a few $1,000s or a few $100s, or you might even do it for free. I'll get to that in a second. So there should be transparency. The brand and the creator might not ever know what's going on with that middleman. I talk to so many brands and they're like, really? The creator only got that much? Yes. There should be transparency in how much money is being spent, because I know a lot of creators are getting screwed from the middleman. Exclusivity and distribution. Now this is another one. This is just stupid. The social trends change on a dime. You should be able to upload your videos to any platform, anytime. It's in your best interest to be in as many places as you can at once. If a company tries to hold you to, or the content you create from being on other sites or apps, you could miss the boat on the next big thing. Here's an example. My buddy Aman from AlphaCat crushed it on YouTube with his Obama impressions and everything. But then he started making videos on Instagram, and his Vine account went through the roof. The numbers went insane. What would happen if he had a contract that had exclusivity for distribution? He might not have been able to do that stuff. So if Apple TV comes out and says, hey, we're going to do this thing or whatever, we want to work with this creator. You know what, Richard, you make really great videos. Why don't you just like put it up on Apple TV? We'll work this deal out with you. And then like so-and-so's like, no, you can't do that. We have exclusivity. Then it could totally screw you on the growth later on down the road. You need that flexibility to be able to kind of change with the times. And everything these days changes so fast. The duration of a lot of these contracts, like 2 to 5 years and stuff like that's ridiculous. Personally, I think a 6-month contract is ridiculous. I mean, I think 30 days notice to leave is plenty ample time. I know a lot of people will disagree with that and everything, but if you have a contract with somebody, if you're negotiating deals and stuff like that, 30 days is ample time to wrap stuff up, and then you can iron out the stuff as far as like competing and stuff like that. Like, I know I'm straying and everything, but anyways, that kind of leads me into the other thing, doing brand deals for nothing, things on spec and so on. I can't emphasize enough to all my friends, if you were to buy an AdWords campaign to target to 1 million people, you're going to spend $10,000 to $50,000 or more. If your YouTube channel or brand is trying to get you to do a sponsor gig for free or whatever, do it if you want to do it to go have fun. but know you're selling yourself short. I'll talk about this more on my wingsuit channel, but when you guys are base jumping and proximity flying, there's a high probability that you might be out of work for 6 weeks, for 6 months, or maybe even lose your life. These big brands shouldn't be paying a few $100s and a few trips to you to go do these crazy things. They're making hand over fist selling their product. This costs school, training, equipment, your skill level, everything else on top of that is worth so much more. Don't sell yourself short. They have the money. It's ridiculous. I'm so tired of people doing stuff for publicity. It's beyond absurd. I mean, like, I just know these brands are like, well, we'll give you exposure. It's like you're risking your life. You're literally risking your life for exposure. I don't know. It's frustrating. So this video is like me venting. I'm sorry. This is a little long-winded, and I know I missed probably a lot of stuff. But long story short, hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions. I'll be at SHOT Show. I'll be at DZO if you want to meet up. I'm also always looking for people to work with me too. So if any of you guys are looking for a job, interns, like I pay people. I pay people to work for me. I just need help. I got so much stuff going on and everything. So if you need a job or something like that, you need some exposure or some experience, any of that stuff, let me know. FullMag is, you know, it's growing like crazy, and in the years to come, there's a lot of really interesting stuff coming around the corner. I'm not doing a network or anything like that. The title is just to get people to kind of pay attention, especially my friends who I know are constantly always getting offers and stuff like that. But who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I will start an MCN. It seems like a good business model. Yeah, take advantage of people and get millions of dollars in the process. All right, no, just all right. On that, you guys have a good one, and this is the last vlog. I'll see you guys at SHOT.